History Unbound is a Teaching with Primary Sources grant-funded project through the Library of Congress. This brief video tutorial should help guide you through our LibGuide, an online portal to multiple resources for primary source materials that are aligned with the New York State Social Studies Framework and Common Core Learning Standards. This is our homepage. Our website is here. The History Unbound custom search is a Google search box that searches through the Library of Congress, New York Public Library, New York Heritage, and New York State Library, Museum, and Archives digital collections. We also have a brief video about primary sources, and along the left sidebar you'll find a table of contents for all of the pages within the guide, and an index of South Central Regional Library Council member collections within New York Heritage, from Alfred University to Wells College, as well as a Teaching with Primary Sources grant statement. History Unbound, as part of this grant, requires that when using parts of this LibGuide, you also include the following language. Along the right sidebar, you'll find information specifically relating to the South Central Regional Library Council, like my contact information, SCRLC guides, and other sponsored webinars. Now let's get into the guide. Each of these top-level pages can be reached by clicking on the tab. Most are organized similarly, with Library of Congress primary source sets indexes, social study frameworks related to that era of history, assessment options, and lesson plans. You can see that the 19th century page is organized in much the same way, as is the 18th century and before page. In order to get to these other pages, those that appear when I hover on the tab, I simply pull my mouse down and click on them, like colonial perspectives. Anytime you see blue writing, this indicates a link. Like here, the Hispanic Exploration of America in the Library of Congress primary source set. By continuing to scroll down, you're guaranteed to see all of the resources I've posted on that particular page. Some topics go beyond specific periods of history, such as social justice. This page has information from 1912, the Bread and Roses strike, to the 1970s. In cases like these, please look to see if there is a themed page that may better suit your needs than a specific period in time. Along with all these wonderful primary source sets and resources that we find, there are also local exhibits. These might include the Western New York suffragists winning the vote. Along with all these wonderful resources, you'll also find a section called For Participants and Standards and Plans. While most lesson plans have been added to our top-level pages in the historical area for which they belong, I've added a brief index of places for primary source-rich lesson plan creation, like the National Archives Teaching with Documents project and Incitement, a project from the National Endowment for the Humanities. You'll notice that I have a box specifically for New York State standards. On some of these resources, a blue circle with a white eye. This indicates more information. Simply click on the circle. I've also included links to assessment resources like Beyond the Bubble, analysis worksheets, and self-assessments. If I select For Participants, this blue tab, the viewer will find draft lessons from those individuals that participated in the workshops, more tools from the Library of Congress like continuing education and professional development modules, as well as documents we'll need to sustain the project into the future, like forms, agendas, and project expectations. If you've found that there's a resource that you know of that I didn't include in the LibGuide, please add it here. I know I'm missing something by selecting Submit. and pasting the link here. If at any time you wish to contact me to give me a comment or to express concern over something that's in the LibGuide, please head to our homepage and send me an email. Myself or another person at the South Central Regional Library Council will take care of it as soon as we are able. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the guide.